Joining me now, the head coach of the girls' varsity basketball team, David Elrod. I know, David, the last game really didn't go score-wise the way you wanted it, but your girls, they laid it all out on the line. I know it was a roller coaster season. You had your highs, you had your lows, but talk about that last game. Those seniors and the rest of the team, like I said, they laid it all on the line.
They did. We've talked since day one. It's not about a win or a loss. It's about how we compete. And, there were times in the season, like you said, we had some ups and downs, but there were some times when our downs where I didn't feel like we competed the way we were capable of competing. But, the last, 4 or 5 games of the season, I feel like we just really laid it all out and competed. And, again, that's all I'll ever ask out of any team that I've ever coached. And, we competed. Going into Greensboro. Tough place to go, long ride, long day, and we had our chances, we had our shot. We were, I think, at one point in time we might have been up 25-18 in the second quarter, maybe 26-21, and then they hit a little spurt. They had a little 8th grader come in that was nowhere on the radar on anybody's stat tracker, and she comes in and scores 13 points in the final 6 minutes of the first half, and we were just like, where did this kid come from? But, she kind of gave him a boost, and, that's what you're asking your kids to do on any given night. So asking somebody else to step up. So we took their best player out of the game.
I know at the beginning of the year when we talked, you were starting a brand new point guard again in Brittany Chavez, and Brittany had a really good season. I know she had some of her downfalls, may have been the turnovers, but she continued to play hard game after game. And those underclassmen, I mean, they've got something special coming.
Yeah, But before I even get to my underclassmen, I've got to go to my seniors. We've been together for 4 years now. 2 of them. Gracie came in as a sophomore, as a transfer. But it's going to be hard to see those girls go. I've already started our postseason kind of exit interviews with all of my kids, and I met with one of my seniors today, and it's going to be hard to see them go. They've given so much to the program and so much to me. They've made me a better person. They've made me a better coach, a lot more patient coach. So I'm really going to hate to see them go. But those underclassmen, I'm really encouraged by what's coming. We've got some kids, especially we've got a 7th grader and a couple 8th graders coming that love to compete, that are very very coachable, that want to. They want to be on the court. They want to do everything that they can to be a better player. They come every day with their hard hat and their lunch pail, like a few of the older girls, but they're just not my seniors. That some of the varsity players. But I'm excited about what's coming. The program looks to be in good shape, and I'm excited. I think I finalized our next year's schedule today. Got a few new teams coming on board, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready to get going. I know I'm about to get into baseball, but I'm still a basketball coach first. So,
well, you mentioned the schedule for next year. You guys are going to be swapping areas, and I've already talked to Brandon Cruz about this. You're going to drop Childersburg and Leeds, and you'll get Fairview and Good Hope. You'll keep Asheville, but talk about next year's area and your expectations for it.
It's a different type of area. With Leeds and Childersburg, you had a lot of long-rangey athletes. Every time you turn around, you've got a 5'11", 6-foot girl that can jump over you and run around you. Pulling Good Hope and pulling Fairview in, both are traditionally, they're great basketball schools and girls basketball. Fairview's been excellent for the last 12 or 14 years. They're in the regional. Both teams are in the regional tournament this year. Fairview loses some girls, and so does Good Hope. But it's going to be a different type of area this year. I'm really kind of more excited about playing this area than I was this past area, because you kind of know what you're getting. You go play Childersburg, you don't know what team's going to show up for Childersburg night in and night out. But I think we will with Fairview. I think we're going to know what we're going to get night in, night out, and you're going to know what you're going to get with Good Hope night in, night out. And I think we compete there at a little bit different level. So I'm excited about our new area.
One last question. It's not dealing with the girls or even for baseball, but your son, AJ, what a career he's had. A kid that it doesn't matter how many minutes he gets. More importantly, from what I saw, he just wanted his teammates to be successful and for them to get the win. But talk about his career.
if I do this, I may end up getting choked up. But early on, his mom and I both knew that we had a special kid, and you could tell by the smile on his face and his eyes, the way he looked at people, and the way he would just engage people. We knew he was going to be a certain type of leader. And we've preached to him ever since he was a little kid. It doesn't matter what he does. You may not always be the best at that task, but you can always be the best for the group, best for the team. And he bought into that. I know he's mine, and I'm gonna toot his horn one last time. He may be the most selfless kid I've ever been around, and I know he's mine. And again, it's easy for parents to say that, but I've had more compliments from other teams about AJ, from parents and from other players, and from just fans of the game that would come up and say something about how he encouraged their kids and how respectful he was to the other team and the other fans and the other coaches. And he's been with me since his little feet wouldn't touch the floor off the bench. And I told him the other day that it doesn't matter how many people we fit in a gym, that gym will never be full without him in it.
Well, David, I do appreciate it, and we'll look forward to next season, and good luck.
Thank you. And Justin, on behalf of all the coaches and all the people in Aniana, man, we can't thank you guys enough for what you do and what you bring to our program. And it's always an exciting time to hear the recaps and hear the play-by-plays. And y'all do a great job. And from all of us to you, man, we really appreciate it.
Thanks, David.